Harlan David Sanders did not become Colonel Sanders until he was 65 years old, and the road that took him there was one of the most bruising journeys in the history of American business. He was born in 1890 on a small farm in Henryville, Indiana. His father died when he was 6, and his mother went to work in a canning factory, leaving young Harlan to cook for his younger siblings. He dropped out of school in 7th grade, lied about his age to enlist in the Army at 15, and was discharged after a year. By the time he was 40, he had been fired from a dozen jobs, including stints as a farmhand, streetcar conductor, railroad fireman, insurance salesman, and tire salesman. In 1930, Sanders began cooking chicken for travelers at a gas station he operated in Corbin, Kentucky. He did not have a restaurant, just a small table in the living quarters of the station where he served meals to anyone who stopped for gas. His fried chicken became so popular that the governor of Kentucky awarded him the honorary title of Kentucky Colonel in 1935 for his contributions to the state's cuisine. Sanders obsessed over perfecting his recipe, eventually developing a pressure frying technique and a secret blend of 11 herbs and spices that produced chicken unlike anything his customers had ever tasted. He expanded to a proper restaurant across the street from the gas station and built a successful business over the next 2 decades. Then, in the early 1950s, a new interstate highway was built that bypassed Corbin entirely, and his customer traffic vanished overnight. Sanders was forced to sell everything at auction. After paying his debts, he was left with nothing but his Social Security check of $105 per month and his chicken recipe. Most men would have retired. Sanders was 65 years old, broke, and by every conventional measure, finished. Instead, he loaded his car with a pressure cooker and bags of his secret spice blend and began driving across the country, cooking his chicken for restaurant owners and offering them a deal. Use his recipe and technique and pay him a nickel for every chicken sold. He slept in his car because he could not afford hotels. He cooked free samples in restaurant kitchens, wearing the white suit that would become his trademark because it was the only clean outfit he had. Restaurant after restaurant turned him down. By his own account, he was rejected 1,009 times before a restaurant in Salt Lake City finally said yes. That single yes started a chain reaction. As restaurants adopted his recipe and customers tasted the chicken, demand grew. Sanders franchised aggressively, personally training each new operator and insisting on quality control. By 1963, there were over 600 Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurants across the United States and Canada. Sanders sold the company in 1964 for $2 million, equivalent to roughly $20 million today, and stayed on as the brand's ambassador, traveling 250,000 miles a year to visit restaurants and appear in advertisements. His white suit, black string tie, goatee, and cane made him one of the most recognizable faces in the world. KFC continued to expand after the sale, growing into one of the largest fast food chains on earth with over 27,000 restaurants in more than 150 countries. Sanders remained involved until his death from leukemia on December 16, 1980, at the age of 90. His body lay in state in the Kentucky State Capitol, and he was buried in his signature white suit and black string tie. Colonel Sanders' story is not about chicken. It is about the refusal to accept that your best years are behind you. A man who was broke and collecting Social Security at 65 built a global empire by the time he was 75. He proved that age is not a barrier, that rejection is not a verdict, and that the only failure that truly matters is the failure to try one more time. 1,009 people told him no. He only needed one yes.